What's up, college football fans? Welcome to another QB Spotlight video. And today we're talking about University of Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers. What are his expectations for the 2023 season? We want to take a few minutes and just briefly touch on what some positive but realistic expectations are or should be for the 2023 season. If you're a Texas fan or just a college football fan in general, let us know your thoughts in the comments below, what your expectations are. What do you think they should be? And if this is your first time tuning into the QB Spotlight channel, sincerely, thank you. This is a place we talk all things quarterback. It's just a big quarterback hub. We have a podcast. We have a lot of current and former quarterbacks on and coaches, and we just talk the quarterback position. So today, Quinn Ewers, the Texas quarterback. I think that the biggest and probably my main expectation going into this season is fairly simple, and it's just one word: consistency. Improve consistency, right? You want more games like Oklahoma, like the first quarter against Texas last year, and less games like Oklahoma State and TCU, where it was just off in general. I think that comes with experience and comes with just playing more. And something we've talked about on this channel before, whenever we've broken down Quinn Ewers, is just the experience factor and the fact that he really hasn't had that much experience when you look at other starting quarterbacks in the league. Like he was injured in high school. He missed some games in high school. He sat out all his first year at Ohio State, right? And so I think this is his first kind of full year-round football exposure that he's probably had in a while being the starting quarterback. So I think the consistency factor will come in with that exposure and with that experience. I think you saw it last year too, right? The biggest thing when you talk about consistency is, okay, what do you want him to be consistently in? What do you want him to be consistent in? What is he lacking consistently, right? Well, I think it comes down to just accuracy, just the completion percentage, right? If you want to look at one number, it's the completion percentage number. And yes, I think a realistic expectation is for every number to be improved, from touchdowns to completion percentage to yards. I think that's all going to be improved. But I think the consistency is numero uno, and it comes down to just being able to complete balls at a higher percentage. I think some of that was on him last year, absolutely, right? There's a few different reasons why I think maybe inconsistency was part of the game last year, and one was this experience factor, like we talked about. Two, you hear people much smarter than me in the quarterback field, much smarter than me in the quarterback field, talk about his mechanics and his footwork that led to maybe some inaccurate passes, which is probably true. We won't get too much into that. We'll let his quarterback coach and his QB trainer, if he has one, kind of dive into that or take care of that. But mechanics, probably true, right? Also, getting on the same page as your receivers. I think that's probably a big underrated thing, because I think there were definitely some throws that were missed last year that probably weren't on him. And maybe from the outside looking in, it looks like it was his fault. But getting in sync with his receivers, I think, is huge, right? Having the ball out on time. And then once you get in that rhythm, then I think naturally the accuracy kind of takes over things, right? So I think those are kind of the big factors of what it takes to play at a consistent level and to throw accurate passes at a consistent level for Quinn Ewers, right? Nothing groundbreaking, nothing crazy, nothing hot takey, but I do think those simple factors will make up a more consistent season for Quinn Ewers. And if he's consistent, then Texas has a chance to be really, really good, right? I think also the fact that he's got some really talented quarterbacks behind him is definitely kind of pushing him and elevating him in that direction. You've only heard great things about Quinn Ewers this offseason, from people that have plugged in to just national articles itself. You're only hearing really good things about Quinn Ewers, so we're definitely excited for him. But I think it's a very, very realistic expectation for the consistency across this whole game to be elevated. I think we'll do see that, right? But I think it comes from just an experience thing, a mechanical thing from footwork all the way up the body, and then of course just being on sync and on time with his receivers. That's going to lead to more anticipation type throws. One thing that he did really good last year that I do want to mention on is, and something I expect him to do again, is taking care of the football. He had 6 picks last year, but 3 of those picks, or half the picks, came in one game, and that was against Oklahoma State, which was probably his worst game. I think he was like 19 of 49 with 3 picks, and just didn't play great. That might have been the game. You heard about him maybe being injured. Maybe that was the case, but still, half of his interceptions came in one game last year. He did a relatively good job taking care of the football, and so I expect that to happen again this year, right? As he continues to improve, and it's going to be kind of weird with the Big 12 schedule. I know, like, just growing up watching Texas, not playing Oklahoma State this year. that's weird. You think of all the fun games that Texas has had against Oklahoma State, and now they're not playing them this year. They're not playing West Virginia, which wasn't a Big 12 traditionalist school, if you will, but a lot of close games against West Virginia. So it is kind of weird that Quinn is going out not playing these two Big 12 schools, but we got the new Big 12 schools in. So regardless, I've got some high expectations for Quinn. I expect competition to breed more excellence from Quinn, which I think you've seen if you listen to the reports, and so I think it should be a good, exciting year. But Texas fans, I want to hear from you and just college football fans in general. What are your expectations? You can be a little bit more specific than I was. I was broad. I talked about, hey, I expect him to be a lot more consistent, and I think that consistency will lead to better numbers and better plays. But what's your specific expectations from the numbers he puts up, from potential accolades that he wins, from the team in general? Just let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, if you like this type of content, you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. We put out quarterback content on a weekly basis, and then like the video, all that fun YouTube stuff. It does help out the channel. But again, thanks for tuning in. QB Spotlight Show. We'll have more videos like this coming out, and we'll see you next time. Peace.